You guys, we're gonna break down one of my favorite exercises today, the squat. We're gonna go over it quickly. I'm gonna show you the different options for the gear that you have at your house or if you're working out at a gym. You're gonna nail it. We're gonna make it even better than it was before, okay? Body weight squat basics. If you're doing a mid-range squat, which is what I normally will have you do, you have your feet about under your hips. You take them out one heel, one toe. This would be considered a mid squat. Your toes are out slightly, knees nice and soft. A wider squat is a further heel toe out. A sumo squat will be 1 to 2 more heel toes out, coming down into this almost plie position. But for the majority of our work, if I prescribed you a sumo squat, it's here, nice and wide. If I prescribed you just a good old-fashioned squat, it's gonna be here, about mid-range, okay? When you're squatting, the main thing, couple main things, we are not going to tip forwards. We're not going to lean back. We're gonna think about our hips and butt going back and down to sit in a small chair that's behind us. Feet nice and flat on the floor, all 4 corners, chest up, keep your eye gaze forward. You're squatting back, you're squatting down. My spine stays long, my chest stays up. This is a half squat, butt to about knee line, about 90 degrees. Full squat would be coming down, ass to grass, as they say. Okay? Chest up, eyes forward, butt back and down. Chest up, eyes forward, butt back and down. Another main thing, so don't lean forward, don't lean back. Another main thing is watching the knees. We want our knees to move out, thinking of them going out at a diagonal line over our feet, right? Towards our baby toes, not our big toes. What tends to happen is this collapse inward. If that's happening to you, be mindful of your range. Don't let your knees go in at all. Pressing them out, actively thinking about the inner thighs, the outer thighs, and the glutes to help you do this. When you're just starting squats, you may not be able to hit a half squat. You may be coming down into a quarter squat. That's okay. The focus, don't lean forward, don't lean back. Knees out, not in. Another thing is core activation. Any lift we do, any exercises we do, we want to be very tuned into our center, okay? Tuned into our core. So when you're squatting, I want you to think about that. Am I thinking about using my core all the way around, my side abdominals, my obliques, my lower back, my six pack, those upper abs, everything strong and secure like a corset as I move. That'll help us stay lifted and it'll help us safely execute the lift. Limited range can often come from ankle immobility, so not having a lot of movement through our ankles. What will happen with this is you might see a lot of leaning forward. The knees can't go where they need to go. The butt can't go back like it needs to go. The heels may even try to lift off the floor. What I want you to do, if this is you, is grab 2 plates, 2 books, something a couple, an inch or so high. And you're gonna take those 2 things and you're going to put your heel on top. You grab another one. So you'll take your 2 plates or books or whatever they are. If there's something that slides, push them up against a wall so they won't, okay? In the front. You will put your heels up and you will elevate your heels. This is going to allow you more range. Continue to press through the heels. It's a great way to get a bigger range on your squat when you have limited ankle mobility, which is very, very common. We'll work on it with the roller, work on it with our mobility training. But in the meantime, just elevate your heels. My husband does all of his squats with his heels elevated. Big tip. Now, when it comes to gear, different gear that you have, we'll use a plate because it's in my hand. If you have single, double plates, you will hold them in your collarbone and you will do your squats just like this. Chest up, core engaged, knees moving out, butt back and down. We also want to watch don't pop the booty and don't tuck the pelvis. Nice and neutral through the spine, nice and strong, okay? That's if you have a single plate. If you have a single dumbbell, you will do the same thing. Hold it up at your collarbones. Don't hold it in front of you. Connect it to your body. And then you will go up, back down. If you have 2 dumbbells, you have a couple options. You can put them on your shoulders. If you got bony shoulders like I do, this may not feel comfortable, so you don't have to do it, but a lot of people like to do this, and you'll complete your squat this way. It's great to keep you from leaning forward, right? Because you don't want to drop your dumbbells. Another option is to do it suitcase style. If you're gonna do that, you're gonna hold the Weights at your sides, roll the shoulders up, back down, draw some strength through your shoulder blades, and complete your mid squat this way. Being super mindful again of what your chest is doing, what your abs are doing, what your knees are doing. If you're doing sumo squats, I often prescribe these to you guys with a single weight, often a kettlebell or a dumbbell. Plate works as well. You'll hold it like this, vertically, come down, and do your squats just like this. Be really careful not to lean forward when you're holding your weight in front of you and low like this. Keep that tension between the shoulders. It's a great option with a single dumbbell, single plate, or of course the beautiful kettlebell. If you have kettles, you hold them up nice and high. Keep everything tucked in and strong as you squat. Or, same thing, you can hold it down like this. If you're doing barbell squats, you may have an ollie bar like mine, 2-inch barbell. You may have a smaller barbell like body pumpers. You might have a 1-inch barbell. There's two options for where you can put your bar. You can do a high bar lift, which is up higher on your traps, or a low bar lift, which is lower on your traps. Most women do not have big old traps, so I prefer a high bar. I don't have anything low to set the bar on. So you'll take the bar, put it on your back. I want you to be sure that you're breathing into your upper back. You're making everything nice and strong before you take your bar off the wall. Grip it nice and solid, coming down. I absolutely love barbell back squats, but you don't need them to do beautiful squats. Just keep that tension by drawing your shoulder blades together. So that's all the gear. Body weight, of course, works as well. Banded squats, we do them all the time. I love the addition of the booty band to squats for clients because it's a way to naturally keep your knees from going out because they've got resistance on them. Couple options, so say I have lateral squat walks, monster walks, duck walks, whatever you got prescribed. It's a great way to keep the knees from collapsing in. Move everything back and out. Stay nice and lifted, core tight. Whether you're doing side to side, any of these motions. Another way you might feel more glute activation is to take the band and put it below your knees. Same thing, keep the tension on it. Breathe, breathe, breathe. So good. Okay, and I want to talk about mobility for the glutes as well. And activation. So say you have squats in your workout. I will give you warm-ups to help you activate. You'll have maybe body weight squats, pulsing squats, that kind of a thing. Another great thing to do is use the foam roller to activate the muscles before you exercise. So just really quickly, coming down, rolling out the glutes, the upper glute, side glute, all that good stuff. And then maybe a little bit of IT band action, like you guys know how to do. I'm not gonna exhaust this right now because I'm gonna send you a glute mobility video. And then going on through your quads as well, right? Into your hamstring. So just doing a quick roll of the legs and the booty before you lift. Another thing that will help your squats be better is to roll your back out before you begin. So just take your hands over your chest and roll your upper back. Kind of spend some time on the lats in your mid back, those big back muscles. And then sit right just like this and open up. You can even reach up. Taking some time to activate and wake up the muscles you're going to work if you have squats in your workout is incredibly beneficial. So give your back a nice roll. Another great way is to do some pigeon poses. This really activates. So just quick, after you foam rolled, after you've done your warm-up squats and pulses and all that good stuff, coming into pigeon pose with one leg bent, one knee bent rather, one foot nice and flexed, rolling the hip down, touching to the floor, coming up, stepping into a plank, and switching sides. Breathing in, breathing out, and doing this about 4 times per side. It's bringing some movement, some blood flow. It's waking up the hips, the lateral thighs, the glutes, the lower back, and the spine. So I highly recommend doing this before you do squats, especially if you feel like it takes a long time for you to get warm and ready with your squats, okay? So be mindful before your squats. Be mindful during. When you want help, when you want feedback, send me a video. of yourself doing squats. These are a powerhouse exercise. They're gorgeous, they're good for you. They can be challenging if you can't get all the way down. If you want help, ask. That's why you have a coach. Squat happy, friends.